Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Love Ministries Live. And we're going to be chatting it up tonight with you all with some couples that attended Night of Passion. This is our Night of Passion recap week, and we've just been reminiscing, remembering those great memories of Night of Passion. We started this back out in 2011. In 2011. So we're just super excited. We are the hosts of Real Love Ministries. I am Evangelist Desiree Williams Hall. And this is my wonderful husband, Minister Eddie Hall. So we just want to thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We're not going to be with you all long. We just want to just chat it up tonight with these wonderful couples. And I just want you all to real quick introduce yourselves and let everybody know who you are and what year you attended. Let's start with the surprise.
So good evening, everyone. And thank you all for joining. We're super excited about this opportunity. We started the first year when it was held in September in Pines. I am Veronica Spry and
I'm Robert Spry.
And it has been a blast ever since. We've had some great times, and the memory recap has been phenomenal.
Wow, thank you. Now, Shatina, you can go ahead. Tell everybody who you are.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Shatina. I was a staff worker, volunteer at the 2013 Night of Passion.
Okay,
I went there single, and I declared an atmosphere next time I was going to be married. So now, instead of me being Shatina Clark, I'm Shatina Skipper. So,
and then we have our king and our queen. That's our queen back there, our king and queen of Night of Passion 2019, Mr. Lecarius King and Miss Christine King. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? We're doing all right.
So go ahead, introduce yourself. I know I already did a little introduction for you all, but just go ahead and just do it again, okay?
My name is Brother Lecarius King. We attended the prom 3 years, not consecutively, every 2 years. We were runner-up those 2 years, I believe, back to back, and then we finally brought the crown home. And this is my lovely wife, Christine King.
Awesome. So we're so happy to have you couples on with us tonight. We have a few couples that are going to be chiming in as well. And we're just going to talk about the experience of Night of Passion. You know, a lot of people ask us all the time, what is Night of Passion? What is this thing that you all are doing? And it's just something that God gave us. You know, I remember going to an event, and it was an impromptu. I wasn't supposed to be there. And a friend called. She said, listen, I got this formal event, and you're the only person that I can think of that probably already have something to wear to this event. Can you go with me? I got an extra ticket. And I said, sure. But as I was sitting in that event, it was like I was there, and then I just had this whole vision while I was sitting there. It's like I kind of zoned out from where I was, and it was like God was showing me this whole Night of Passion. That was even before we even came up with the name. And I remember when I got back home that next morning, I told my husband, I said, look, God showed me this vision, you know, bringing couples together, and we have to make it like a prom night. And I really didn't understand it because I never attended my prom. And I know Eddie attended his prom, and he was just like looking crazy, like, okay. And I'm saying all of this stuff. And he's like, okay, so how we gonna get the money for this? And what is this supposed to be? And you just should have heard the stuff that I was saying, because I was like, I don't want it to be church. I don't want it to be where church people have their banquets and different things. I said, we have to take them out the zone. We have to do this. And it was just like, okay, he was just not registering at all. And that's how we ended up in the argument about this whole thing. So it was just crazy. And I remember us having the prayer breakfast, and after the prayer breakfast, Eddie came back to me and he said, we're going to do Night of Passion, because we ended up naming it and everything. And I was like, okay, thank you, God. And I'm just so happy. Elder Spry, I'm going to bring you all in, and missionary Veronica Spry, I'm going to bring you in, because you were like one of the first couples that was out of the box, that, you know, y'all wasn't really in our circle. And it was, I think, through Pastor Laverne Williamson. And she's like, hey, they're doing this thing. And right instantly, you were all like, we're on it. We love this. So we're going to be a part. And you all have been a part ever since. And I'm going to just put it out there, because I know you all have to soon leave, that also in 2019, you all were able to do our vow renewal. That was so special to us. So listen, I'm just going to give you the floor right now, and you all do what you do.
Thank you so much. It was through Pastor Laverne Thornton Williamson and their ministry that made us aware of this event. And again, it was held, I believe, at a hall on Pembroke Pines, or in Pembroke Pines.
Yeah, the Jubilee Ballroom.
At the Jubilee Hall.
Yeah.
And
yes.
the thing about that, that was the first time, even for us, to have a setting as such, and to be able to love on your husband at a passion ball. So it has grown every year. We look forward to it. When we had, I believe the next time we had the ball, I think you all asked us to do the renewal part of it. So I'll let Elvis talk about how effective that was, and the lives that was touched. And
Okay, well, God bless you all. And I had the distinct pleasure of being asked, and I did not feel worthy. I felt like there were so many people there that were a little more qualified than I was, but I was asked. So one thing I've learned how to do is do what I'm asked to do. And so we did it the first year, the first time. But the last time, and in 2019, it was iconic. It was awesome. And matter of fact, I still remember, and different ones asked me, where did I get it from? So I kind of went to about 4 or 5 different places, and I got it together. But one thing I love, when we did the renewal, we had to repeat, I still do.
I still do. Yes.
Cozy with the one that I love right now. And I just turned 63, and she's looking at 59.
All right. Yes.
I love her. I loved her then, and I still do. We still have passion. And one thing we are very, very adamant about: love, marriage, it still works, but you got to work.
Yes.
You have to work time in it. And that's what we do. And when we heard about Real Love Ministries, and we didn't know you all, we met you. We found out about the ministry, and we were all in. So we from day one, and I want to say to you all, be encouraged. We're still in it all the way. So whatever we can do, like I said before to you guys, we're here to do it. So it was just an honor and a privilege to, matter of fact, to go back over the vows with you and your husband.
Yes.
That was
yes.
And we were so excited about the opportunity, and we were able to work together. My wife was there to assist me, because sometimes I'm challenged with my sin, so she helped me.
You were great.
That's marriage, and we're looking at 25 years, and what I'm doing
awesome.
Going to be celebrating next year, our 25th. So we're looking forward to that. But hey, I can't wait for the opportunity to be able to get in front of couples again and just share our story. God bless you. We're just excited about being here tonight.
Amen. Thank you all so much. And, you know, my heart was just touched, you know, because you remember I called you, Veronica, I called you that morning and letting you know what I wanted and everything. And she listened to what I had to say, not telling me that I had a whole surprise vow renewal that was getting ready to happen. And I'm like, I'm getting up there like, what the world?
Yeah.
But I mean, that was just so touching to me.
Just go ahead and tell the truth. Well, we've been married for 23 years, but for her, she's been married for 2 years.
No.
Because on the vow renewal, she said it finally feel real.
No, let me tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you. Let me explain. And y'all couples help me out. Let me explain. Because the thing is, okay, we got married very, very young, you know, and when I said yes, I didn't fully understand what I was saying yes to. He was a cool guy. We were having a great time, you know, not really no marriage counseling, you know, I would say no marriage counseling. You know, it's just, hey, you love her. What are you going to do in this and this? And that was it. It was really nothing. And we pretty much learned from the years of hard knocks, trying to learn each other and to get this thing right. And I remember we started talking about renewing our vows when we knew it was coming up to the 25th year. And friends of ours, the Penders, they were saying that Eddie started talking to them about, no, I don't want to wait to 25. I want to do it now. And he started planning the whole 2019. So when we did the vows, and you know, I still do, and when I was reciting the vows, it just felt so right. And that's what I meant. You know, it's like, I know now what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying yes to. I know what I'm saying I do, or I still do too. So I don't know why he said it like that. You know, Eddie could be kind of blunt with things, but that's my whole explanation. And that's why it felt so special to me. And I know it's only by God's grace that we have made it 23 years. We've been together 25 and married 23. So I'm telling y'all, we've talked about divorce on several occasions, but God, and just to be there at 2019, and then Eddie getting so sick till I didn't know if he was going to make it in 2020. Yeah. And then he got sick again at the in May of this year. It was like, God, what is this? And I'm just so thankful that that we made it. We made it through it. We made it through it, and we had the opportunity to really renew our vows. So that was one of the special moments of the evening to me, and me not even knowing that that was going to take place. So I thank you all so much, because the vows were beautiful and I took them to heart, and it was just a special, special moment for me. So, okay, we're gonna move on, right? But I thank you all so much. Let's go to Lionel and Sierra. They were the new kids on the block that's in the group to the whole Night of Passion experience. So tell us about what you all experienced at Night of Passion.
Hello, you can hear us loud and clear?
Yes. I can hear you all.
All right.
Okay.
Sierra, go first.
All right. Yeah. Well, we just want to thank you first for inviting us to be on this platform tonight. So we attended the 2019 prom experience, and it was a night to remember. You know, that's all I can say. It's so funny because my backstory to that experience was me and Lionel were both teenage parents, and so we didn't have the opportunity to graduate and go to prom like normal people. And so God is such a restorer. God is a redeemer of the time, right? And so when we connected with your ministry and organization, and we saw that you guys were doing that, I was like, oh my goodness, what a way to redeem the time. So that was like, for me, going back in time, just restoring some things, allowing us to have that experience that we didn't get to have in our teenage years. So it was really life-changing. It was fun. So yeah.
Yeah, like Sierra said, I didn't get a chance to go to prom, and she didn't either. And so when I found out we were going, I was like, wow, we have never been to prom, and it was just a very good experience. I turned up a little bit too much, but
all the way, not a little bit, all the way.
And yeah, I enjoyed myself, man. Yeah. Like
it was really good, and I do hope y'all we bring it back again, so other couples can experience this, especially around these times. We have people that are struggling in silence in their relationships, and so things like events like this is probably more critical today than the previous years. So we would love to see y'all bring it back for the sake of the marriages that are struggling in silence. They may not have anybody to reach out to, but when they come to the event and we share our stories as couples, it may touch their hearts. It may like it did that night. It did. There were stories. Oh my gosh! Like they were like, man, we almost didn't come. People were saying we almost didn't come. We were fighting on our way here, and just for y'all to have it, this is really like like there's a prayer when part of the Lord's Prayer says on earth as it is in heaven. And I believe to many couples and us ourselves too, you guys brought heaven down with that event. Yes.
Oh wow. Amen. Amen. And I just wanted to kind of go back on something you said, having that outlet. And that was one of the things that we didn't have throughout our marriage. I'm telling you, when I was sitting in that event, and God was just showing me this, I mean, just playing it on out, and I'm just spitting it out to Eddie, and he was not understanding. And I was like, we have to create an outlet. We have to create a space, something very special for these couples. And we already knew that we were going to deal with a lot of the couples that are in the church. And we knew that a lot of the couples, they were going through so much. And like you said, suffering in silence, not saying anything. They were just going through the motions. They would come, they would sometimes, if they were preachers, they would preach, they would go home into the same rigmarole. And they were dying on the inside. The marriage was dying. Everything was dying. And we wanted to actually create that atmosphere, that space where two people who love each other, a man and a wife that is married, to actually enjoy the moment. And I remember we come from a Pentecostal background, and going to prom, dancing and all of that stuff. Oh, it was unheard of. No, you don't do that. That is not of God at all, period. Right, Sprouts? You just can't. You can do it. I didn't go to prom. I knew not to even ask to go to my high school prom. That was out. It was like, couldn't wear pants, couldn't burn your hair, couldn't do all of this stuff, right? So when God gave this to us, we already knew what we were up against. And we just thank God, no matter what we went through as far as dealing with the backlash of it, we just knew that God gave us this. And it was something that we had to do. And I'm telling you, even with me and Eddie going back and forth about it, prior to that prayer breakfast, even after, because a lot of funds, when I say a lot of funds went into it, and those funds just grew as we grew, and as the demand grew with the couples. So but we stuck to the plan, and I'm telling you, God provided. God opened up doors. The testimonies that we heard, not only from the couples, a lot of them, the children were involved because they saw their parents get ready for prom night. And one of the children was like, thank you so much for letting my mom and dad be happy. Wow. That was touching, because even the children saw it. And I remember one of the pastors saying to me, oh, do you think one night will make a difference? And I was like, wow. That stuck. It's like, out of all we had discussed, that stuck with me. And I was like, one night would definitely make a difference. Yeah. One night would definitely make a difference. And when I heard that little boy say that about his parents, it touched my heart. It was like, did one night make a difference? Yes, it did. Mm-hmm. Yes, it did. We didn't win them all. We did lose some of the couples, but however, they heard the word and they decided what to do with it after that.
And we're going to jump in right here just to say how we know that it's been a blessing to so many. Yes. As we started out, as we said from the very beginning, we began to invite other couples, yes, even sponsor other couples to come. And unfortunately, we do have to sign off for another engagement, but we want to just leave our blessings upon the ministry.
Yes.
And also to let you all know that we're still all in.
We're all in. We're all in.
Still all
Thank
in.
you.
Looking
Thank
forward
you
to
so much.
as we resume a sense of normality somewhere down the line, continuing this ministry, because it is much needed. I will say that me personally, for 2019, we took the whole day off and got just all dolled up, and he did his thing, I did my thing, and you know, got made up. And the dress, when I purchased my dress, he was actually in Atlanta. I took a picture of it, and he bought his tux up there. And it's just a wonderful thing to get dressed, for your children to see you. For, you know, the last one we bought our baby girl, well, she's not the baby, but out of 6 children, we're a blended family, but we bought her, she was able to come along with her husband and my brother-in-law and his wife. So, and of course the Kings are forever with us, but it's just a joy. It is just that grand that you want to share it with everyone.
Every couple that you know.
Definitely. Yes. And we definitely appreciate you all so very much. And listen, we're going to do something for the surprise. My husband and I already talked about it. Don't say nothing. We're going to just do something. It may be nothing big, but we really want to do something for you all, because you have been there every year. Before you even know who we were, it was just a simple introduction, and you heard about the vision that God gave us, and you were willing to sow. And the same thing that you're saying tonight, you said it then, and you held to that word. You were loyal to us, and you rarely find people like that. And we definitely appreciate what you have done for Real Love Ministries. You all have sponsored tables, like you said, invited couples, sponsored couples, and we thank you for that. We thank you so much. And so I'm going to be contacting you once we get off here, because we definitely want to do something very special for you all. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank y'all so much. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
So, going back to Sierra and Lionel, let me tell you, you cut the rug. The Carriers. Did y'all see him? He just took the dance floor by himself.
He just left everything on the table.
Sierra, you were cracking up. You were like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
And I didn't have not one drink.
Yeah, look, it's a non-alcoholic. It's a non-alcoholic event, right?
Hey, but I think the funny thing.
Lord knows what would have happened.
What?
I think the funniest thing on your video was when you gave your phone to whoever you gave your phone to, and you had got that towel and you start spinning that towel in the air while you was on the dance floor.
No, he was like, hold this, like, hey, I'm finna get it.
I'm leaving everything on the table. I'm leaving everything on the dance floor tonight.
It was, I had to let something go on the inside. I don't know what that was. I just let that thing go, Lord. He's still on that floor.
Listen.
Now, once you mentioned that, y'all did remember.
Look, y'all, I'm gonna try to post the video, right? But it's just so many memories that we were going through over the years. And I know everybody that's been listening, I know I've been flooding your timelines with not a passion recap. This is all we have, because I feel empty. I mean, Eddie, we were out shopping today for venues for next year. So we're already in the planning for next year, but it just felt so funny not planning for this year and knowing that tonight we're supposed to be all dolled up, all dressed up, getting ready to hit the signature grand, meeting all the beautiful couples. Listen, we are peoples, right? We love people. So, I mean, that was the big thing, is seeing everybody. So it was like, we have to do something. We have to do this recap.
Who's gonna be the new king and queen?
Yeah, I mean, come on. You got to listen. We finna go to the king and queen. Y'all got to pass the mantle, because they was coming for y'all. They been coming for y'all, but y'all look, y'all conquered in 2019.
But that king and queen, they done did everything, boy.
What?
They went Africa.
Look, they don't dance. They got up. Look, Karen's like, I was doing everything. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to let the king and queen talk last. But I want to bring Shatina in because in her introduction, she was volunteering. She was single because at Night of Passion, married people are not allowed to work. Now, the only exception to that, you know, if your spouse was working and was not able to get off and you really wanted to sew and, you know, and volunteer or however, we made, I know like maybe one or two times we made an exception. However, only single people work Night of Passion as a staff. And Shatina was that single person in what, 2013?
Yeah.
In 2013, she was that single person. Now, the word is if you work Night of Passion and you're single, you're soon to get married. Because everybody, it was getting replaced because they got married after they worked Night of Passion. So
I didn't hear that until afterwards. Like until after I got married, then I heard that.
Yeah, because Monique was single.
Monique was single.
Yeah, she worked it. She got married. Now we got to marry Shawana off, right? So, okay, so Shatina, tell them about your whole experience. You know, you being single and then getting married and all that good stuff, and what you saw. Did you learn anything?
It was awesome. It was different. It wasn't like just as you mentioned earlier, just the regular banquet that we all go to, and you know, it's very proper, you know. But it was really let your hair down, you know, the husband and wife really loving on each other and being vulnerable and renewing and rekindling what God had given them in their covenant and in their union. And I was like, oh, okay, I like this. And I did the photography, the photo booth. So once everyone finished their pictures, I was finished with my duties. And I was on the dance floor like, oh, you know. But I enjoyed myself, and you know, even the MCs, all of the words that was imparted into the couples, the love, I love, and it was beautiful. And I made sure, I said, well, I didn't make sure, I just said it. I was like, man, next Night of Passion, I'm gonna be married. And I was just saying that, but now that I look back, I even have a brother in Christ that was in fall Night of Passion. And in the summertime, him and his wife, they had got married, and he would just come to me at work, and he would say, you know what? He's coming. Your husband is coming. And I was like, okay, because I wasn't looking for a husband. And even though I was single in that season, within less than a year, God made it to where my husband found me, and we got engaged, we got married. And the way I envisioned my wedding, having my grandmother here from Panama, and you know, God, and I had never told anyone about that. I never told anyone about that desire. And my aunt called me out the blue, and she was like, yeah, you know, I need you to come to the airport. You know, your grandmother is coming from Panama. And I was like, and a week prior, we had just announced our engagement to the church. And she was there, you know, for my uncle to walk her down the aisle at my wedding. And it was just like, oh, you know, oh my gosh. And I just, you know, just thank God for Eddie and Desiree and all of the prayers and the advice and the counseling, you know, things of that nature as we've grown. This year is our 7th year of marriage. And I am happy.
7 years?
I know, right? Time flies. Time flies. It's our 7th year of marriage, and I'm happy. That's my best friend. That's my boo. That's my prayer partner. You know.
And we're happy for you, Shatina, and we thank you. See what you do when you work for God diligently. He will give you the desires of your heart.
Right.
Come on, right. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Listen, look, Lecarius, Christine, we coming to y'all. Y'all give us y'all story, Not a Passion, y'all king and queen of 2019. Man, y'all took that thing home. Y'all took that hardware home with y'all. Y'all worked hard for it. Years you've been waiting.
I just want to say Night of Passion was a blessing to our marriage, because when we won prom king and queen, we had just lost 2 babies, not even within a week apart from going to prom. Wow. And we were debating on not even attending that year, because it was like a person was starting to come over, and it was like, and that was a moment where we were like, okay, we could still get through this. It was encouraging to us. Our story, we've been married 13 years. We started off like you guys young. no marriage counseling, really no guidance on what marriage really is and what it was. But my wife never went to prom, and when I found out you guys were doing prom, I said, okay, I'll take her to prom, and we're going from there. You know, every year we try to do something different with our wardrobes. 2021, you know, we coming to pass that crown down. 22, we coming, you know, and like it's just a blessing, like just to. I find her dress first, and then I gotta get my stuff made.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
We got our stuff made the last 2 times because of you. No, we gotta be different. We gotta go get our stuff made. I was like, oh my gosh. We gotta go find fabric. We gotta try it on. I'm like, oh man, but it was wonderful. It was wonderful. The first time going was definitely exciting for me because, like you said, I didn't go to prom, and just knowing that I was able to find a dress, get my hair done, put on shoes. It was all amazing because I saw other people and other friends and families and stuff going to prom, getting ready for prom. And I didn't get to go. I didn't get a chance to go. So when I did have that experience, I was very excited to go. And in 2019, like you said, we weren't planning on going at all. We already had it in our mind we wasn't gonna go. And then, you know, with the surprise and everybody else saying, come on, let's go, you gotta go, you gotta go. So we ended up going. And it was like, what we gonna wear, what we gonna wear? Because we don't have no time to get nothing made. So lucky we had 2 outfits made within the same year. And so we wore one to prom one year, and then it was like, no, we got this other outfit. We'll just put that one on. I was like, okay, we'll just wear that one. So
yeah, y'all did that.
So, you know, we got dressed.
And truth be told, that was supposed to have been the outfit for the year before, but they made it wrong.
We ended up with 2 outfits.
Wow.
Another thing, like when it come down to Night of Passion, that night, one of our coworkers we invited to it, they blessed us with a room, and you know, that it made us feel special. So since we won prom king queen this year, and when we pass the throne to the next person, we're going to sponsor their room that night. Okay.
Oh, isn't that a blessing?
So
yes, paying it forward.
And I'll give you the money accordingly for that couple. Okay.
Oh, that's a blessing. Paying it forward. We really appreciate that. Okay. We really appreciate that. Okay, for those of you that's just joining in, we're talking about Night of Passion. I know I've been flooding your timelines with Night of Passion recap. And those of you that have never seen it before and you may be listening now, Night of Passion is a prom night that is exclusively tailor-made for married couples. We believe in the biblical principles of marriage, and married couples come from all over South Florida, North Florida, out of the state of Florida, to attend this event. This is one of the largest prom nights of its kind for married couples in South Florida. And we're just so happy that God assigned it to us. Do you believe that? I'm telling you all, we go through those pictures and those video footages, and it's like, God, we did that. You gave that to us to do. It's like, we're still in awe about it. Still in awe. And I remember I was telling you at Jubilee, that first year, it was at the Jubilee Ballroom. I think they call it the Jubilee Gala now. And Jubilee means celebration. And I was like, wow, God, you brought us here to this venue, and it's called Jubilee. We're about celebrating marriages and love and everything. And it just worked out so well. I remember leaving, and I just heard the Lord say, I am well pleased. And that just melted my heart. It was like, I am well pleased. And I was like, Eddie, we're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing, regardless what no one else said, no one else did. The ridicule, it don't even matter. We're going to continue to move forward. Oh, I thought you was going to say something. So look, the Penders just chimed in. Lionel, I don't know if you saw him in the back. Dwayne Pender, he was doing the robot. He was supporting you, man, up there. listen, the husbands, they was all in.
2019.
Yeah.
What? Now put it in your hand, warm it up.
Yeah.
Blow down.
Yeah.
Come on, that's still anointed.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. Yeah, my back. He was back there all the way in the back. Yeah. Hey, that was a highlight for me too. How that song went. Oh my God.
Yeah, they was cutting up for real.
Yeah.
For real. They was actually cutting up. Penders, how y'all doing?
We're doing good.
You doing good? So share your Night of Passion experience. We're gonna get ready to get out of here, y'all.
Where have we been going since 2013? So since 2013, every time is a different experience. So it's an opportunity for us to get away and let our hair down. I don't have no hair no more, but
oh my gosh.
comb a beard out and just have fun and actually meet new couples that share common goals when it comes to marriage. My highlight is being able to embarrass my wife as much as possible by dancing.
And he loves it every year.
Oh gosh. Wow, really, Dwayne? Okay. So Chris, what was your experience like? You know, what was a highlight for you? Whatever you wanted to share.
Well, like he said, we've been attending since 2013. In the beginning, it's like you first arrive, you don't know like really what's going on, you know, because you're there, it's your first time. So you're kind of filling everything out, you know, you're looking at how everyone responds to each other, how the husbands respond to the wives, how the wives respond to the husbands. And then you look and you're like, okay, yeah, you see some of them where they're like lovey-dovey, like, oh my gosh, I can't get enough of my spouse. And then you have some that are still like standoffish. And it's like, come on, guys, you know, no children. Your children are not here. It's a time for you to go out and enjoy yourselves. You know, I mean, you're only going to get it once. So like 2013, that's only just that one time for 2013, then 2015, then 2017 and 2019. So it's like, okay, look, you have 2 years, you burn everything off. You leave it all on the dance floor or whatever. You just enjoy yourself. And then afterwards, you go home and you spend time with your spouse. You know, it's just, for me, everything was good. You know, I really enjoyed it. Every year, as he said, gets better and better. So, you know, we're just excited to see what happens in 2022 because you guys always seem to surprise us. Why are you looking like that, Des?
Because that was one of the biggest discussions today, but go ahead.
So, you know, I mean, you know, we're just excited to see, you know, where the next one goes. You know, there were times where, you know, we had to be a little, you know, discreet with what we were doing because, you know, our youngest son was there for 2 of them. So, you know, I'm like, okay, look, you know, I don't want him over there in the corner like this, like, oh my gosh, look at my parents, you know, embarrassed. But he actually enjoyed it. For him to be a young man, he actually enjoyed it. He loved seeing all the couples spending time together. You know, it was just a great experience for him as a young man and something that him and his older brother are looking forward to once they're married.
Yes. And you know what? That was one of the things that we always had our children involved. Now, EJ, which is our only son, he has been to all of them, you know, and I'm thinking the girls were in on it too, but we wouldn't let them go. EJ only had the opportunity to go to all of them because he was the boy. So he was helping his dad because at the beginning, Eddie was doing the sound. Eddie was doing this. He was lifting the speakers. He was setting up certain things, you know, because we always had the live band, the live music, and the entertainment. So, but to have all of them as the years went past and as they grew up, they all got involved. We taught them what to do. And basically, Ebony pretty much ran everything in 2019 because my sister, who was actually the floor manager all the years, she got pregnant and had twins. So she couldn't move around as much, but she was there. and she ran 2 green rooms. She ran the artists, the inside ballroom. So she was pretty much all over the place. But she told me, she's like, "Ma, I got this. I got this." And that's serving what, over 100 and plus people. You know, you have the artists, you have, you know, issues that's going on, us, you know, with the support of the other staff members. But I was just so proud of my children and getting them involved, because they know what to do. You know, I want to pass the mantle. We want to pass the mantle one day, and we just hope that they will pick it up, and they will already pretty much have a foundation on how to run this thing and even to make it better. So I'm so glad that Darius was able to be a part to help with the sound and the lighting, and, you know, whatever he could do to assist us. We definitely appreciate it. We definitely want to put this in the face of a lot of young people and a lot of singles as well, to give them hope, you know, because marriages are still standing. Everybody is not divorcing. Everybody is not getting separated. We have marriages that are making it, and they have made it, and they made it through the pandemic. We're still in a little pandemic or whatnot is going on. It's getting better. It's going to get better. I believe it. And, you know, we're learning. Every day we're learning. So I'm just truly grateful for, you know, exposing them to that. You have something to say? Oh, okay. So I'm so glad that, you know, we were able to expose them to that. Now we're going to move on. We're going to end this real quick, but I just want everybody to say, if you went multiple years, what was your favorite year, and what was your all definite highlight of that year? Real quick. Let's go with the Kings.
Well, my moment was when Elder Spry had took the floor. I can't speak for my wife when he said, "Be careful what you spotlight, what you magnify," and that stuck with me. And what he was saying was, if you always magnify what a person is not doing, you'll always miss what they always do for you.
2017.
So just be careful what you magnify.
Amen.
That's me.
Yeah, Christine.
2017.
Mine was 2019 as well, but it was because the Carriers actually dance. While the other proms, he never danced. He always wanted to sit down because he like, I got 2 left feet. So in 2019, for him to actually ask me, "Let's go dance," that was my awe for me.
He was in it to win it.
Yeah. It's the simple things that matter. The Hilairs. I know you only attended 2019. What was your highlight of that year?
Oh, my highlight was actually me turning up. Like, I didn't even know I was gonna do that. I don't know what that was. I don't know who that was.
I'm so done.
That wasn't me. But yeah, that was personally. No, you know what? The highlight was really the surprise of that.
Stop taking my highlight.
Yeah, the surprise vow renewal.
Yeah.
That Eddie did. I think that was really beautiful, because it brought other couples. You know, you saw all these couples came out, and I think I saw some other couples coming in on the floor afterwards, you know, for them to renew their vows. And that too, all the couples that went up there to renew their vows, you know, you can't fake that, you know, too much. You gotta really kind of be out your mind, you know, because marriage, especially if you've been married more than 3 years, you know, that it's, as you continue to, you know, be married to one another, if there's certain tolerances, you know, that you don't have anymore. There's certain things, you know, that you have to cultivate, that you just gotta reset a lot in marriage. You get what I'm saying? And so that was a highlight to me, to see all these Black couples come together and just renew their vows. That was good, big for me, because I have a passion for families and marriages.
Yeah.
That was my highlight as well. And I love what Eddie said, where he said he didn't want to wait, right? Because we only have right now, when you just look at what we've gone through, you know, as a nation last year, this year, This
Amen.
pandemic has literally altered all of our lives. You know, it's so funny because me and Lionel actually were planning to have our 15-year vow renewal. We had the beach, we were doing it on the beach. Everything was booked, set, ready to go. And then COVID hit.
We said we were going to wait. We didn't get on the stage, remember? We said we were going to wait till 2020 because we had ours going on the beach. So
yes, I think I remember you saying it on the radio, right?
Wait, look what happened. Sorry.
No. I think I remember you saying that on the radio.
Yep. And so that's just a word, you know, in itself. Do not wait, because you only have now, you know, whenever God creates an opportunity, sometimes it's best to just be obedient and move in that moment, you know. But that was definitely the highlight of the evening for me, the vow renewal, and just the restoration, you know, of couples that rededicated and recommitted the relationship first back to God, right? Because if we ain't aligned here, this definitely will stay out of alignment. So that was so beautiful, you know, to just see how God creatively used the prom night to do a deeper healing, to do a deeper work in our hearts, you know, so that we as the church could reflect the bride, you know, because the world is looking, the world is watching. What example are we setting? And so I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to be a part. We are definitely looking forward to future ones. We want to bring couples with us. So
yeah. And you know what? Who would have known that a pandemic was right around the corner?
Come on.
You get what I'm saying? These people, these people renewed their vows right before a pandemic. You get what I'm saying? And Lord knows, you know, I'd like to hear from these couples that went on that, you know, that renewed their vows. Hey, how are you doing now? You know, like, how are you guys? Was the vow renewal something that was key for you guys to be sustained during this pandemic? You know, I think that's very important.
Yeah, you know, that's a powerful question. And I, even for myself, that's in that moment, like I said, it felt right. I can't even remember how I felt the first time, but it felt right. It's like, I know what I'm actually knowing what I'm doing. And then reciting those vows again. And like I said, with Eddie getting sick, our vows and our commitment to each other was tested. You know, it was actually tested. Like, I'm like, God, is it going to go down like this? You know, I'm like literally caring for him. Nurse, medical assistant, caregiver, the whole 9 yards. I had to take off work for months to just care for him, to make sure my whole focus was to make sure that my husband is better, 100 and at his best, operating at his best. And when it says for better or for worse, sickness and health, to death do you part. And you don't know what that process is going to be like. You don't know what you're going to go through. So it's like, if you're marrying for convenience, for sex, and for anything else, you're marrying for the wrong reason.
What?
You're marrying for the wrong reason.
That's a whole nother lie.
Listen, a whole nother lie. So when, you know, when it's, and when I went back, I started just going through Facebook one night. You know, I was just up and he was sleeping, and I'm just going through, and the whole vow renewal pictures popped up, and tears began to come. I was like, God, who would have ever known? And the Penders, they're on the line now, and they was like, girl, your husband been planning this, like, from the last night of passion. He already knew that that this was going to take place. He said that he didn't want to wait. He wanted to do it now. And I was like, wow. So I was so shocked. And when I saw those pictures, it just reminded me, like, God, this was done right before a pandemic. And who would have known that all of this was coming around the corner? And it could have been a time that I could have lost my husband, just like that. We just renewed our vows. We just upgraded our rings. We just recommitted our love to each other, you know, to God and to each other. So, you know, that it just hit home for me. It just hit home. And since I'm talking, because I'm not going to talk no more until I end it. 2019 definitely was the year for me. Out of all the years, 2011 was special because it was the baby. We birthed something out, right? And we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't have a blueprint to this whole prom thing. We didn't have a guide. We tried to look it up. We tried to Google it. Nothing was out there to pretty much navigate us to this assignment, you know, or to just give insight. So it was all prayer, asking God to lead us and guide us, what to do, how to do, where is it posted, everything. So 2011 was special because of that, because it was the birthing place. And I would never forget it. And we flew Grammy nominated Brenda and Phil Nicholas all the way from California, Palm Springs, California. This is like a Grammy nominated gospel love couple. We flew them in. When I say everything worked out to be able to birth this thing out, especially against the odds that we had coming our way, it was nobody but God. So 2011 will be special, but I think 2019, the growth of it all over the years, and seeing how it all came, you know, it all came to manifestation. And it just progressed. And one more last thing, and the Junkanoo, oh my gosh, the Junkanoo was like everything, right? That grand entrance, let me tell you, I was Lionel. You was on 100. I was probably like on 95. Okay, you beat me out. I'm gonna give you that. You did, but that was just like the highlight for me, because it's like, oh my God, I never did nothing like this before, and it was just something so different. So that's my say. Penders. Hey Fred, the Coleys joined in.
So
what was your year and your highlight?
I guess I'll say the Junkanoo, but seeing
What year?
2019 the Junkanoo. But what I saw was Eddie relive his high school days, stepping like a drum major.
Talk about
Yeah.
that.
Only thing he was missing was the hat, but he had the spin move. Remember back in the day at the parade, he used to have on skates.
Yeah.
But if he had some skates, boy, he probably would have teared it up.
Listen, them Junkanoos came in. Eddie left me. I was like, oh shoot, do it, Jackson General.
I left the drum major.
Exactly. He left the head dancer. I was like, Jackie, look at Eddie. She was like, let him go. Go ahead. He's doing his thing. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I love it.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, I would say 2019 as well. And I was going to talk about the Junkanoos and the fact, you know, how Eddie was. He was like all hyped up. It was like he was like, put me in the game, coach. You know, it was like he was like, he walked in there like, man, I've been waiting all my life to do this. And man, when he walked across, I just looked at you, Dez, and I was like, man, Dez don't even know what she done got herself into. Because Eddie was gone. And I looked over there and he was like, man, okay, I'm trying to keep up. But man, Eddie showed out. Eddie showed out.
So I heard them drums and them horns.
Let me tell you, when you hear them drums and horns, your feet, you just start marching.
I'm back in the band now, y'all. I'm back in the band.
Hey, but don't let her not tell the conspiracy story that took 2 years of planning between her and somebody.
Oh my gosh. What?
You.
What?
You and Eddie.
What about me and Eddie?
Y'all playing.
What plan?
The renewal.
Well, that was something they need to know.
It was hard. Just trying to remember Chris, just trying to get her ringside. No. That's okay. I don't want to try no ring on.
Y'all should have told me what y'all was doing. That's the thing. Y'all should have told me what y'all was doing.
But we got the ring size though.
You did. Yep. It was all good. All good.
Mm-hmm.
So Tina, I know you did 2013, right? Do you remember any highlights that touched you, that stood out to you?
For me, it was really Eddie on the dance floor. I had never seen Eddie cut the rug like that. You know, I was too young to go to the first wedding. I didn't see
Yes.
that, but he was, you know, he was giving all type of what it was, stomp the yard and frat, and I was like, okay, go ahead. Yeah, I was just on the sideline doing the juking and whatever. I said, I can't wait. But you know, Lord's will 1 year we'll make it down to Florida. We're in South Carolina now, but 1 year we'll make
so I hope
it
that
down
you
there.
all will be able to make it for 2022. I really do. I was going to bring Fred on. I think he had to get off. But listen, y'all, we're going to sign out as well. I thank you all for taking this hour to speak to Real Love Ministries and just having this chat with us in reference to Night of Passion. And those that are listening or just coming in, we're just chatting it up about Night of Passion, prom night for married couples. This is a night that is set aside and it is exclusively tailor-made for married couples. We just give married couples an outlet, a night that is just special to them, conducive for love and romance and intimacy, that you all can connect. Look, put some fuel on the flame, and if your flame was out, to rekindle that love that you all had for each other, or the reason of why you all got married in the first place. It's a ministry that God has given us, and God has really blown our mind with it, and just given us creative ways to minister to couples all over. So we just thank you all for being a part of tonight. It truly blessed our hearts to have you all on, and everybody that's listening. If you're listening to this is where you heard it first. We are already in plans and looking at contracts for venues for Night of Passion 2022. Okay? Yes. Are y'all excited? 2022. So get the word out. We're going to start, we're in a pandemic. We don't know how it's going to be. We've been talking back and forth. The halls have certain restrictions on the maximum amount of people, the minimum amount of people. So we're going to start off with the first 50 couples. Okay, so that's the first 100 people, the first 50 couples, and then we'll just try to work it in from there and see where it goes. Okay, it's going to be on first come, first serve basis. So once you see the promotion and the marketing and everything going out, I'm telling y'all, don't hesitate, don't wait, because people have already been asking about Night of Passion. It's probably going to be the same price. I will tell you all that, because a lot of the plates have gone up as well, but we didn't want to raise the price of it. We just try to make it economical for everybody. We don't want it to break your bank or do anything of that sort, but we still want to give you all the same experience, or even better experience. So that's our goal, to make it an even better experience for every couple, and just being fresh, coming out fresh. So so be on the lookout. October 7th, 2022. All right. So mark that date, October 7th. God's will, if nothing happens, October 7th is our projected date for next year, Night of Passion 2022. All right. So look forward to seeing you all there, and also look out for further information and flyers and marketing advertisements that will be coming out. We usually start advertising and opening up registration in January. We'll let you all know about hotel information, as well as, hotel, and I think that's it.
That's pretty much it. Unless we're gonna do something today.
Yeah, and we usually make it a weekend. So if we have plans for that weekend, we'll also give you all that information way ahead of time, so everybody can plan accordingly. Okay, so we are planning for Night of Passion 2022. The projected date is October 7th of 2022. So once again, couples, we thank you all so much. Anybody had anything else they wanted to say before we end? No. Thank you all, and we hope to see you at Night of Passion 2022. Please share those information. Please share the pictures and videos if you have them. Everybody, please tag us in it. Share them. We're going through so many of them. We have a lot that we have not even posted yet. So we're going to finish out the whole recap. We're posting video and photo footages for the rest of the week. We thank you all so much for joining Real Love Ministry live on tonight. We had a great time with you all, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.